Hello and welcome back to Chamber Connection. I'm Mary Hodson, president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Hutchinson, Minnesota, and I'm so glad to be back. We took a couple months off because you know what? People get sick. And so we have just been managing like the rest of you, and we're back in studio today, and I have a very special guest, DeMeyer. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, excuse me, Commodore.
Only on the weekends.
Right? I knew that we were going to have fun today. So, Commodore DeMeyer, how may we genuflect appropriately for you? I mean, honestly, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, and then you place your foot, and you tip it back, and you bow, right? Because that's what we've always done with candidates, taught them how to do the bow, and you don't even do that anymore, right?
No, a little less formal these years, right?
Yeah.
It's just about having a good experience and having fun.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about a few things today when it comes to Water Carnival. So we're going to just jump right in.
Sounds good.
So how long have you and Jody, your first mate, Jody DeMeyer, beautiful, wonderful woman, how long have you guys been involved in the Jaycees and Water Carnival? And then we're going to separate those two and explain the difference.
All right, yeah, 6 years.
Really? I remember your first year on stage.
Same.
Yeah. We probably both have different feelings about that first
bit.
experience, right? Right?
Yeah.
I loved it because it's nice having a tall gentleman on stage who has presence, and you fill up a room in a doorway. I mean, did you play football?
No.
You didn't?
Did not. Non-athlete.
Really?
Non-athlete right here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of surprises me.
Doesn't surprise most people.
Okay.
If you see me out in the
If
softball
we
field,
saw you, okay,
doesn't- not
gotcha.
surprising.
Gotcha. So you've been involved in 6 years. Now, it's the Hutchinson Jaycee Water Carnival, which comes with a lot of perceptions and we know some misconceptions. So we're going to break down some of that.
Okay.
Hutchinson Jaycees.
Hutchinson Jaycees is its own organization that is an organization designed for younger people in the community, right? Underneath 40 years old, which is also not me. I have, Jody and I have both aged out of the
Oh,
Jaycees.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Jody is older than me. That one's for you, Jody.
You're going to hear about that later. You know that, right? Okay.
It's 10, to be fair, it's only 10 days older.
Stinker. Okay, so it's for people who are 40 and under.
Correct.
But then we have the Hutchinson Jaycee Water Carnival.
Yeah, so the water...
Separate. It's separate.
It is separate, but it was born out of the Jaycees. The Jaycee organization, they do a lot for the community. They focus on the youth of the community. They donate a lot of time and money towards youth activities, from sporting activities to arts, crafts, you name it.
Youth leadership program.
Junior achievement, the full spectrum. If it has a youth component to it, they're there to support it. And with the Water Carnival itself, it takes the entire year to plan for it, and it has its own separate committee.
It's its own separate 501c3. It's a separate organization.
Correct.
Money is completely separate. Leadership is completely separate. It's no different than the Hutchinson Jaycees and the Hutchinson Chamber, two separate things.
Correct.
But it was born from the Hutchinson Jaycees.
Correct. Yep. So it was a lot of the same people. And then they just, all right, we're going to have its own leadership, and then have its own chairs for all different committees, right? All the different events that happen throughout the week have their own leaders. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we think this through, and people are going, oh, I didn't realize that. So does the Hutchinson Jaycee, I know the answer, but play along with me. The Hutchinson Jaycee Water Carnival, is it only for people 40 and under?
That is a great question. There is no age restrictions to the Water Carnival.
So that's why I called you originally, because as we were talking through with a variety of people, including your wife, Jody, it's that misconception. And I just want to try to dispel it for people who are watching to understand that it is separate and it doesn't have age limits on it. So talk about what could somebody who is watching this right now be talking about or thinking about. Where do you need help? Where can people plug in?
Yeah, so Week of, we have a group that's called our posse, and they are there for any number of things. We have, in the last couple of years, we've introduced a posse coordinator as well too. This year is Leah Camrath. Which events need volunteers, what times need volunteers for, and then organizing the posse saying, all right, here's our contact list, who has availability these dates and times, then to keep everything lined up. We don't want anybody to be lost like a deer in the headlights.
Right.
Where do I go? Who do I talk to? So it's going to be events with setting up for parade. Community Day, that Saturday of Father's Day weekend, is a huge day for us. We've got our Kitty Day parade. We've got inflatables to set up, everything down by Masonic West River Park. We've got cardboard boat races. The more hands we have, the easier everything is.
Right.
And you can do as much or as little as possible.
Right.
For newcomers, we really encourage just soak it in. We're not asking people to lead a committee.
Okay.
Just be involved.
Right.
Show up, ask questions, have fun, hang out with us. You'll enjoy it.
Can I tell you something new for me this year?
Sure.
I'm so excited. My granddaughter will be here Water Carnival weekend.
All right.
I know, so I get to like plan the whole kiddie parade.
Bring
I mean,
her down.
I gotta, let her watch all the kids. Somebody said the best thing for her at her age is that she's just gonna be able to watch all these kids doing all these things. I'm so excited to be able to see this in a whole different set of eyes.
For sure. That's great. We look forward to having people down there. Like what we're really looking to do is having many types of events that day and throughout the week that appeal to all age ranges.
Yep.
And we're adding some new events this year too. We're going to have a carp fishing tournament. So that's new. That'll be Saturday as well. And then we also have a band that will be playing Sunday night on River Song Stage prior to the fireworks going off.
Love that. So there's other things that happen throughout the week that you probably could also use help with. So let's give people an idea. If they're on the posse, they might help with.
Oh, we have button sales that need to happen. So in May, we'll have our button sales day. Going to Tuesday, if they want to help, Ridgewater College, I'm sure, would take the help.
Is that the disc golf?
Correct.
That has really been growing.
It has been. They've got quite a people. We did last year was my first time participating. I had the opportunity to participate. Usually I'm doing something else.
Other things, right?
But they would take help and just participants in general. And they're pretty big turnout. Then Thursday we have our boat parade. If you have a boat you'd like to put in the parade, we take that on the river. But helpers with helping park vehicles, that's a big thing. We need helpers with selling food and beverages down by the river. That'd be Thursday evening. Friday we have our stage setups because we're getting ready for pageant. That's big. So help with moving furniture, marking seats. Then Saturday is a big day with the community day itself.
Community day.
Yep, set up and tear down. Parade on Sunday. The parade would be setting up the staging area. We have to set out garbages, and we have to also then take the garbages back down and put them in a central location, where then West Central Sanitation traditionally picks the garbage up for us.
I'm not hearing rocket scientist.
No.
It's really about bodies just to help move things, be human arrows, help people. Like last year, I helped with the cardboard boat races. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. What a great addition. And we were just helping people kind of line up and get in and hope they get to the other side.
Being a helpful hand.
Yeah.
Right?
It's really not hard. And you're talking about an hour or two.
Right.
You're not asking for a whole day. Somebody could, if they wanted to, help for a whole day, right?
Absolutely.
But if you don't have a whole day, there's opportunity.
There's no minimum or maximum amount of time you need to.
Right.
You can volunteer, and then if you're thinking about you'd like to be involved or you're already part of an organization, you don't want to maybe join another. What we're really looking to do, and we've done over the last few years, is if you want to bring your organization into the Water Carnival or do something, we are here to help be a promotional arm. So if you want to just put on a food stand or an event or add a activity to community day, contact us. We'll help facilitate that. You can just work within your organization, organize it, and we'll help promote it.
Awesome. I love that. That is a great way to look at it. I remember a few years ago, one of the first mates said to me, I don't understand why people are afraid of having events during Water Carnival Week. Because, frankly, not everybody's doing any one of those things, right? We don't want something that's a direct competition.
Sure.
But a nice compliment event is certainly welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah, this isn't a competition, right? This is a festival for Hutchinson.
Right. Yeah. So Wednesday night of Water Carnival, y'all are busy back behind the scenes doing stuff.
Correct.
AKA pageant practice.
Yep.
We're going to be celebrating our 75th anniversary that day for the Chamber.
Okay.
So people on Wednesday can come and celebrate the Chamber's 75th anniversary.
Excellent. Where will that be?
Yeah, that will be at our new location. Thank you for asking. There's more at 44 Main Street South. Yeah. But, you know, I think that was something like people go, oh, well, we can't do it Water Carnival Week. Well, what do you want to do? And does it complement everything else?
Right, yeah.
You know, like somebody wanted to change business after hours to Thursday, and I go, not that week. No, we're not going to play that game.
Yeah.
And I looked at Jody and I said, promise, I'm not doing that.
You know, there's a lot of other stuff that happens, right? And I'm not going to be able to name them all. But at the airport, they'll do a fly-in breakfast. And last year they paired up with the car show. I know Faith Lutheran Church does a breakfast or a drive-in.
Oh, that's right. The drive-in on Wednesday nights they do where the kids come out in roller skates.
Correct. It's a fundraiser for the youth mission trip.
Look at you.
My son may or may not be participating.
May or may not. Right. Right. So the carp fishing, that sounds genius, and also makes me a little squeamish because I'm a squeamish person.
Would you like to be a judge?
Maybe not.
If you need one?
Well, I can't do the boat parade. So is there like competitions like the most aggressive catch or the most creative catch? That's the kind of stuff I'm really good at.
There's a lot of details we have to iron out yet.
I bet.
We're still early. It is March yet.
Hey, you know how fast this next
quick.
time frame goes, right?
Yep, but there's a lot of details to be ironed out yet. But the group that's playing it, I have full faith in them. So
yeah. Well, and that's something that we talked about before we came online, right? Is how much work you personally, all by yourself, make this happen.
Very little, and compared to things, if you compare to the team as a whole, I'm just a fraction, right? Yeah. Jody and I are just a fraction. It's serious. I mean, there's a lot that needs to happen. There's a lot that between myself and my wife, who are Commodore and First Mate, and then also our Vice Commodore, Brittany Schiller, and her spouse, Adam Schiller, her second mate. There's a lot of work that we do beforehand. We started planning and setting things in motion last summer.
Yep.
And then it gets to January, we bring our committee in, and then they get the ball rolling for their specific events. There is hundreds of hours between the entire group that are dedicated to putting on this week-long celebration. So, yeah.
It's fun to tease you because I know, because I've seen how many people it takes to make this happen. Let's talk about candidates. One of the things that I really enjoyed was my time in interacting with the candidates, because we're talking about phenomenal young women. Some of them don't even know they're phenomenal yet, right? Just to get to see them from the first time I meet them until the end of the week, and then maybe I see them at the end of the summer, or I see them another summer and see their growth. And I feel like sometimes people think this is just about a crown or a pretty dress, but I think it's so much more. What do you think?
Yeah, it is so much more. I've spoken to many current royalty, past candidates, and it's been a very positive experience for them. A lot of them go into, you will hear constantly, well, I don't have a talent. You do. Trust me, you do.
You do.
It doesn't need to be anything like, I know how to play this rare instrument, or,
Right.
I mean, can you talk? Right?
Right.
I'm not trying to do it,
but do you have a passion for something that you can share?
Right. What do you have a passion
Yeah.
for? Can you speak to it?
And people forget that some of the talent winners have actually been spoken word when they're doing a presentation of some kind.
And individuals who have told us, I don't have a talent.
Right?
And they come through it as, their eyes opened. And just the experience itself of being an ambassador to Hutchinson. Being able to have the experiences on Friday, Teddy Bear Band. That's something I didn't mention earlier. Friday noon. I don't know how I missed that, right?
Right. Yeah.
I learned this through my coordination with them, that this year they'll be celebrating their 10,000th show. So I don't know when that'll be. I don't know if we're gonna be lucky enough to have it at ours, but our show. But yeah, it's pretty. They've been around for a while.
Our new office is directly across from the band show. Who am I kidding? I'm going to be over there having ice cream with everybody else.
Yeah, come on down.
Right?
So the experiences they get to have with all the kids there, right? I mean, the joy those kids have getting to interact with the candidates. Doesn't matter if you're queen or princess, just the candidates, the junior royalty candidates. The interacting with the community at Community Day and the boat parade. There's a lot of enjoyment there.
Yeah. I've obviously talked to a lot of candidates. I know a lot of candidates, whether they ended up with a crown or not, right? For a lot of young women, the end goal isn't about a crown. It's about the experience, because you end up being treated, you guys and women doing a phenomenal job of treating them like royalty the whole week, and then some. And I also hear about the friendships that they make, and I hear about the experience of interviewing and public speaking. For some of them, they've done this, gone through this experience simply to get that experience and kind of like face the fear, right? For some of us, we're very afraid to speak in front of people.
Yes.
I don't know how that feels.
I've had my moments.
But I think it's such a wonderful growth opportunity to be able to put yourself in that position so you can grow and better yourself.
Absolutely, and it's in a friendly space too.
Yeah.
It's everyone there is involved, to the volunteers, the queen moms, right? The interviewers, the judges. They're there to support them. They want it to be a good experience. It's not there to find any gotchas.
No, and you know what? The judges, every time, I've been in the rooms, I've helped people get ready, things like that, and they're like, oh gosh, here come, the interview, and they come back and go, that wasn't what I was expecting, right? You're not getting grilled.
Right.
You're not like in the spotlight, with your hands strapped down and a big fat light on you, asking you questions, right? It's not an interrogation. It's a beautiful conversation that has actually created friendships between contestants, candidates, and judges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You look back at the history, and like you said, friendships are developed through it. And then if you should be able to win a crown, the friendships that they develop with other town royalty, and be able to participate in the Winter Carnival, Aquatennial, and the friendships they have through those.
So Hutchinson's been very fortunate to have done very well at Aquatennial the last few years. Do you attribute that to your charisma and that you've passed that down to the candidates?
I'd say it's more of a tribute to Hutchinson.
I'll take credit for that then, right? Yeah, I think that we have been very fortunate, and it's been so fun to watch young women represent Hutchinson all over the state and all over the country.
Yeah, they get to travel if they should get not elected, right? Selected,
right? Yep.
to be a princess or a queen for Aquatennial, Queen of the Lakes. I mean, they are all over the place.
Yeah.
And then become an ambassador for the state of Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
As Hutchinson. And they're at the Rose Bowl. They're in Canada. I mean, I wouldn't be able to speak to it. I can't do justice to that program.
No.
I'm sure you could have a few past.
Well, you may remember that we actually interviewed Erica after she was done last year.
Okay.
It was so fun to have her here because she really does attribute her success to Hutchinson and growing up here and the support that she got from the Hutchinson community.
So I was right.
Quick, let's get the red pen out. No, I'm kidding. I'm
This
kidding.
day in
I'm
history.
Kidding. It's a big day. What do you personally look forward to most for Water Carnival?
Being done with it? No.
I know that's like that. I'm like, as soon as I ask, I'm like, you can't say Monday morning.
No, it really, when it gets to that week, for myself, like, my job isn't done. And there's so much work that is being, but it's, now I get to see the fruits of our time and labor.
Mm-hmm.
Our committee members, they're going to be working. They've got more to do with making sure the day of the event goes on. But from my eyes, I'm going to soak it in. Mm-hmm. Seeing the community show up, how much love they have for the parade. We hear about the parade all the time. It's attended by many.
Oh my gosh,
And
we
there's
hear about the parade all the time.
The enjoyment, right? Happy faces, praying for, always praying for good weather, but just seeing the community to embrace the event, the week, and just having fun with it.
You don't have to worry about the weather this year.
It's not my job.
Not your job.
No.
Brittany, on the other
But
hand.
it still impacts the week.
Right. Yeah, I know. I learned a long time ago. You can't worry about the weather because there's literally nothing that you can do about it. You can only pivot.
Correct.
And make it what it is, right?
Yep. Just make the best of it.
And sometimes there's lemonade at the end. I'm just saying. Sometimes we got to do that.
Right.
Okay, so what do you think would surprise people the most? Or what surprised you the most about Water Carnival as you got involved?
It is for everyone, and it is a welcoming organization. Mm-hmm. And you develop great friendships through that organization in particular. I will always plug for the Water Carnival and the Jaycees, but any organization you get involved in, it's a great way to get to know more people in the community, get to know what's going on. Involvement is commitment. It's and you stay committed to the community of Hutchinson. You get to know more of what's going on.
I call it pride of place.
Okay.
Right? We want people to be proud of where they live, work, and play.
Yeah.
And when you can be involved, you know more people, you understand how things work. That seems to help people want to stay, want to be more involved. And we want you to be involved. This is an open invitation. You don't have to wait for the personal invitation to say, hey, can you or will you? Now let's talk a little bit, because let's get some business done, right? If somebody's watching and they know a person who might be interested in being a candidate, if they know a business that might be interested in being more involved, that maybe they haven't been in the past, or they're new to the community, what can they do? Who do they contact? How do they find you?
Well, if you wish to show up for me and just hear it out and see what it is, it's always the first Thursday of every month. For the Water Carnival is at 6:30 at Squeaky's Bar and Grill. They graciously host us each month. And then also for the Jaycees, we meet at 7:30. So it's two separate meetings.
Okay.
It's like it's two separate organizations, but that's at 7:30. You can also find us on our Facebook page, Water Carnival Facebook page. We also have a website, watercarnival.org.
With a
Right
countdown.
here, right? Find the link.
Find the link. It's somewhere on this screen.
Right, somewhere on the screen. Or you can email me directly at commodore@watercarnival.org.
And if you didn't catch that, I know a place that you can get all that information.
Where would that be?
I'm so glad that you asked. The Hutchinson Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism, more at 44 Main Street South. But you can call us at 587-5252 and we'll get you all the connections. We work really closely with Water Carnival during this time because the marketing piece of this and getting all the information out to people about when things are, when things change, if something changes due to weather, we're working really closely with you. questions. I should have done a rapid round or some. What is that called? When you
Rapid
ask
fire question?
Yeah, that. I should have done that. Okay. So, is there going to be a medallion hunt?
Yes.
Is there going to be food on Family Day on Saturday?
Yes. Community Day?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there going to be music and fireworks on Thursday at the boat parade?
Yes.
Ooh, you guys are keeping it.
Boat parade, music, beverages, food,
What's not
fireworks.
to love?
Yeah. What else you can be doing Thursday night?
I mean, and then you can come on Saturday and see the winning category. I don't know what category we're going to put her in yet, but we're going to be the winning Kitty
Sure.
Day Parade. I'm feeling it.
Can you go for multiple categories?
Ooh, I don't know. Can we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
My kids,
Putting extra stress on my committee right now.
I know, right? My kids, that was not their jam, right? So I didn't get to do that. Well, Amelia is young enough that she doesn't have a choice.
Sure. This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
Do you have a pet?
Yeah.
Did you know that last year we added a pet category as well too, so you can bring your pet down?
So I can bring Amelia. Kevin can bring Noah, the amazing beagle.
There you go.
I love that. All right, thank you so much. I know that this takes up so much of your time and you take off work to be able to do this, and I'm sure that your employer works with you, but
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for coming today because I know that you got lots of other things to be doing, but I think it's great that we can let the community know what's happening. And again, if you want more information, give us a call at 587-5252 down at the chamber. We'll get you connected to Don and his amazing committee that make this thing happen. Truly, it's an invitation for you to participate if you'd like to. And if you've always been like, I don't know, maybe, just give me a call and I'll convince you should. All right. I hope that you join us next month for another Chamber Connection. Remember, there's much in Hutch, and there's now more at 44. So if you haven't seen our new place, come and visit us at 44 Main Street South. We are right next to Albany and total compliance. And if that doesn't help you, we're right across from the band shell. I hope that you have a good month, and we'll see you next time.